If you go to the website, you guys can download, you have 5 tips to immediately boost your energy. And this is just like blanket, like really quick, should work in any type of situation. And one of the number one tip that you talked about was your morning routine and setting yourself up for success first thing, which is a new thing for me, but something I had been trying to do lately. And I really have noticed the difference. But I'm curious, you being the expert here, from your point of view, what does your morning routine look like?
Yeah, so I lead with pleasure. And this is like when I wake up, because I'm not a morning person. So I enjoy waking up later than most. I like working later than most. Anything that will bring me a smile. So whether it's whipped cream on my coffee, whether it's, I like a lot of times I put on these YouTube videos of travel places. And so I follow all these different travel bloggers. And so the music will get me dancing and I get to see these beautiful locations. And if it's a new spot I haven't been to, I add it to my bucket list. Dancing or working out, if that's what I'm feeling. Sometimes in Costa Rica, I go get a massage in the morning, like everything to really bring me joy and pleasure and excitement, I lean into. And it sets me up for success. And it could be something, like I said, so small as whipped cream on my coffee. If it's a quick morning and I need to jump into things. And if I have more time, maybe I'll take a bubble bath and I'll read for an hour. Like whatever, meditating. I love meditating as well. Anything that's going to really just energize me from the get-go. I like to think of it as when people wake up, like, is your phone at 100% battery? And like, do you want to even give it a little extra? You know, it's just, it gets you really in the mindset for the day. Because we see when people when they wake up, what do they say, on the wrong side of the bed? Yeah. And they're just like, all days. Like when you wake up always on the right side of the bed, it's very energizing and it helps you as external factors come in, because you can go to that. You can be like, it's something small compared to today. Like I already had I already went for a beautiful walk and watched maybe the sunrise, or went for a beautiful walk and just like got my body moving. This doesn't need to be complicated stuff, but everything that brings a smile to your face and brings you joy and pleasure. Like I lean into that in the morning, because it's just I don't like to wake up. I enjoy my bedtime.
I really appreciate that approach, because well, I was sort of trying to figure out this morning routine for myself. When you listen to like the Andrew Hubermans and the Joe Dispenzas and like all these other people, it's like the same routine every day. And that can be overwhelming. Like sometimes, if I take a walk every morning and then it's raining, well, then there goes my whole routine, right? So I like that yours is so much more simple, and it's just leaning into pleasure, because then you have the ability to do something different. Your morning routine should be something that you look forward to, not something that stresses you out. So you allow for that like fluctuation day to day, just finding something small, or it can be, like you said, an hour-long tub and read a book. It can be different, and that's okay too. But just, I think the important thing is taking that time for yourself and making sure you do that in the morning, so that you can get those endorphins going and you can get your energy right before the day really starts and the world starts bugging you.
It's whatever works for every person. Some people that routine might really bring them joy and energy. For me, oh, absolutely not. Like that's just not what's going to excite me. So I like room for the diversity of whatever is going to energize you. And like I said, that might be for some person doing the same thing every day, and for some people it might be doing something very different. But own what works best for you, and realize that's the beauty of diversity, right? We all have something else that's going to like inspire us, and we can share that with others and pick and choose and mix it up a little bit. And that's where beauty comes in.
I love that so much. I am not going to go into the other 4 because I want them to go download it and find it on their own. So I'm going to leave them with a little cliffhanger, but thank you for sharing that. There's so many things. I feel like this is such a jam-packed episode because I wanted to try to go over a little bit of everything. We are going to have you come back at some point and we'll be able to break this down further. But thank you so much for being here. It's your birthday. You've got a fun dinner with your girlfriends tonight in Costa Rica. I'm not going to keep you much longer. I'm going to ask you one last closing question, which I ask everybody is, Do you have one go-to piece of advice? It can be pertaining to energy itself and your profession. It can be generic life advice, whatever sort of speaks to your heart. But that one thing that you think is most important to share with others.
Get curious. Because when you get curious, you can learn and grow and explore in ways that you never knew would exist. And that's super energizing. So that's what's coming up for me right now, being in a place of curiosity. So I'm going to tell you, know what, go get curious today and go try something new and fun that you've never done before and see where that takes you.
That's perfect. I love that. What a beautiful way to end it.